You're a fan of Fatal Frame or survival horror in general? Then we might got some amazing news for you. Tecmo just dropped the big one. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly is getting a full remake again. Yeah, that's right, again. But what does that mean exactly? Let's step into the darkness. Hey everyone, I'm Anka. Welcome to Rely on Horror. Fatal Frame 2, aka Project 02, came out back in 2003 for Sony's PlayStation 2 and is a real insider tip among horror fans. And now it's being completely rebuilt with new visuals and updated controls. From the first trailer and screenshots, it already looks gorgeous and super eerie, exactly the kind of creepy atmosphere this game deserves. And I'm totally here for that. The Japanese development studio Koei Tecmo teamed up with Team Ninja to bring us the remake, which was announced on September 12th during Nintendo Direct. But there's no information out there yet on how long it has been in development. You might remember Team Ninja from games like Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden, or their latest Rise of the Ronin from 2024. And I'm sure Fatal Frame lies in good hands with them, since they already have experience with remakes, like when they brought us Ninja Gaiden 2 Black in January 2025, which was obviously the remake of Ninja Gaiden 2. The release window is early 2026 and is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and even Nintendo Switch 2. So basically, wherever you prefer to play, you'll be able to step back into Allgood's Village, the location where Fatal Frame 2 takes place. That's definitely a trip worth taking in my opinion. Now you might remember this isn't the first time Koei Tecmo has revisited Crimson Butterfly. There was already a Wii remake in 2012 that ran on the Fatal Frame 4 engine. So this is actually the second time they've brought it back, which tells you how important this entry is to the series and how much love fans still have for it after more than 2 decades. What's interesting about the second time of remaking it is that it's not the only game that has been remade or reimagined more than once. There were others like Castlevania and Medieval. Seeing games updated shows us the faith in their games and signals a dedication to keeping it alive. I'm really curious to see how they handle the camera mechanics this time and if they'll tweak anything about the pacing. The original is such a classic, but there's definitely room to refine a few things while keeping that terrifying vibe intact. Fatal Frame 2's protagonists are the twin sisters Miu and Mayu. While exploring the forest, Mayu follows a mysterious crimson butterfly. Miu chases after her, and together they stumble into the abandoned Allgood's Village, which is a settlement that has mysteriously vanished from maps and memories. In the remake trailer, the environment looks way more detailed than before, like with the lighting, shadows, and textures. There's fog, moonlight which is filtering through the trees, overgrown vegetation, and creepy interiors with dilapidated walls. The whole atmosphere really emphasizes decay and isolation. Also, the twin sisters Miu and Mayu look updated, but while keeping a faithful blink with an eye to the original designs. In the trailer it seems they've retained their youth and vulnerable appearance, which is crucial for the emotional weight of the story. Also, to state the obvious, the cloth and hair physics, but also the details of them have improved, just like the expressions and lighting on their faces. The original Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly featured classic fixed camera angles, where each room or corridor had its own cinematic viewpoint, creating tension and surprise. In contrast, the 2012 Wii Edition remake switched to an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective, giving players more direct control of the protagonist while keeping the trademark first-person view whenever the camera obscura was raised to capture ghosts. Because over-the-shoulder gameplay has since become a staple of modern horror titles, it's very possible that the upcoming 2026 remake will adopt this approach again, combining a more immersive exploration style with the iconic first-person camera battles that define the series. Also, the way ghosts emerge are more cinematic this time. The vengeful spirits appear even more horrifying thanks to translucent layering and unnatural movements. They really polished that spectral effect through swirling mist, particles, and flickering. They seem to be way more integrated with the environment rather than pasted on due to shadows and lighting. Even though the trailer doesn't show much, we can hear footsteps, ambient wind, whispers, low groans, doors creaking, and echoes. The audio design seems much richer, with more directionality. On the other hand, moments of silence are used to build tension, with following sound crescendos when something happens, like for example a spirit materializes. To be fair, we didn't see too much of gameplay yet, but the camera obscura, which is the signature camera for capturing spirits and revealing unseen, is definitely highlighted. Also, there might be enhancements. Maybe we get better feedback when capturing ghosts, or more visual cues, which could also mean more complexity in where and when to shoot, and getting rewarded for framing and composition. There's just one thing which I'm concerned about, and that's maintaining the tension. Because both the visuals and graphic have improved, there's a risk that things become too pretty and less creepy. It depends a lot on the contrast and less on showing the supernatural for too long. It needs good pacing to let fear build gradually. Jump scares work, but ongoing dread is what this game is remembered for. I hope they can keep that up in the remake. If you don't know yet, there's also an official website for the game, which I'm going to link you down below, and be sure to check out the announcement trailer. So what do you all think? Are you ready to dive back into that haunted village with Mio and Mayu? Or will this be your very first time facing the Crimson Butterfly curse? Drop your thoughts down below. I can't wait to read them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the shadows.